All right, everyone. Here comes a quick tutorial video. Um, just in context, yesterday and today we started the token streams on Sablier. It's about 70,000 or so of them to deliver the NFTs that will ultimately stream the majority of GX tokens to all the community members that participated in community sale 1 and 2. And with that, really, it's a big chapter behind us when it comes to the TGE. There's obviously a lot of things that can still be improved. There is still bugs to fix, and this will be ongoing. But one of the things that we really wanted to address, and I really want to go over with you and those that are interested, is specifically how you can better understand the GX token detail page in the wallet. And I have a copy here, made some screenshots to make this simple. So first of all, you will see that in your wallet, you likely now have multiple NFTs. Like if you have exchanged G1 to GX, you have at least two, you could have four or more. Anyone who has been around longer has likely four. Everyone that has joined more recently likely has two, but there's more to it. So first of all, we are using Sablier, which you guys likely already know, to deliver an NFT, and that NFT releases the GX tokens to your Grindery wallet. And this is the NFT that you can see when you click on the NFT tab inside the Grindery wallet. And for each of the NFTs, you can get more detailed information. So this is the starting point. Now the NFTs are super cryptic. They tell you a few things. If you look in detail, the streaming progress and the duration. And again, this is at Grindery. We're trying to make things easier, but it's a progress because Web3 and blockchain technology is inherently still very complex by nature. So be patient. There's going to be a lot of interface upgrades, but let me run you through the basics with an example. Okay, and that makes it hopefully more easy to understand. Let's assume you've participated and you've earned 100 G1 and they were in your vault in Grindery, in your Grindery wallet. And at some point, you went and received and went and minted that. Okay. And additionally, you had received, and I'm going to correct this here quickly, another 40 G1 from somebody else. You might have had another token in Community Sale 1 that you used to boost the exchange. But as a result, with the exchange rate of 14 to 1, you've likely received, in this example, let's say 10 GX. It could be 100, but taking this as an example. And many of you have done multiple orders. So you've done an order a year ago and then 6 months ago, and people have done multiple exchanges of this G1 to GX. So you've accumulated a list of orders. And it could be one, it could be 10 or more. Okay. And the challenge here really is that what we had to do, and this is technically really the only feasible way of doing this, especially at the high volume of token holders, is that we had to create, or we had to group these orders up and deliver different NFTs. And the next challenge here was that the condition changed. So there was a community sale 1 phase and a community sale 2 phase. Okay, and during the community sale 1 phase, there was 8% of the tokens, the GX that you received, that would unlock on TGE. So this has already happened. And the second part would be 3 months later. So roughly another bit more than 2 months from now. And you would then get 14 months of linear vesting, which means in about 2 months, when the unlock starts, when the tokens become available, you will receive these tokens over a 14-month period continuously. Okay. In community sale, this has changed a little bit because the condition have changed, but it's very similar. So there's also 3-month cliff that starts simultaneously with community sale 1, but there's slightly shorter vesting period. Now, community sale also had an 8% unlock on TGE. And now you start seeing why you have usually 4 NFTs, or at least 4 here. And the reason is that, you know, every we had to split the tokens you received in at least 2 groups. So for community sale, it's the package of token that unlocks on TGE, and the majority of the 92%, which comes later. The same for community sale too. And that's why a lot of users have 4 different NFTs. Okay. Now, what unlocked here, the tokens that the GX that unlocked here, you were able to claim on TGE. Okay, and these are the NFTs and the token streams we just delivered in the last few days that are gonna start unlocking roughly 2 months from now. So specifically on, I think it's the 12th of June. Okay, so this is general understanding why it is somewhat hard to understand. Okay, I had some G1 and then I minted G1 and then exchanged G1 to GX. I placed multiple orders and now I got 4 NFTs, and how does that really fit together? Now, on the interface side, I already said these are the NFTs, there's the NFT detail. And if you now look into the GX token detail page, you see the different streams here. And each of these streams corresponds to one of the NFTs, and you should be able to double check that. Okay. Now, if you go into any of the NFTs, you'll be able to see details. So here's the order detail, and you can go into Sablier and check, the setup of the stream. Now, Sablier also doesn't have it. It has a nice user interface, but for example, you will not be able to see when the cliff ends. So for the token streams that we created in the last few days, you'll be able to see when they were created and what the total amount is. However, there's no way of currently visualizing, this initial cliff, the lockup period until June 12th. So it is all a little bit complicated and confusing, and the suffering that you have with understanding when you're getting what tokens, believe me, I have the same thing. So we already did some major updates to the GX token detail this week, and you've likely seen them. There's a few more coming over the next week, because all of us, including the team members, are locked in to the project for a long time. So what we want to make sure is that all of us that hold GX tokens and receive them via this GX vesting streams are able to really easily understand them. So there's going to be 2 or 3 more iterations that hopefully then make the interface easier to understand. All right. So stay patient. Thanks for watching. Tim out.